loves, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be giving you guys 10 tips on how I was able to give a natural birth. So I had a lot of girls write me and ask me about like how I was able to give the natural birth, and they told me that they were scared and if I had any tips, and that's why I was like, you know what, I have a few tips that I've done that helped me, so maybe these tips can help you guys as well. Before I get started with this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And this is my daughter Journey, and she is the baby that I had natural. Since she's calm right now, I'm going to start giving you guys my 10 tips on how I was able to have a baby naturally. Okay, so the first thing that I did, and I made sure that I do, is I encouraged myself daily for the whole 12 months. Oh, heck no. For the whole 9 months, I encouraged myself, making sure that I just told myself why I did not want an epidural. I always reminded myself why I didn't want an epidural, because it's just something that I didn't want to do. So I always told myself, Jackie, you can do it. You're going to do this naturally. Your body was made for this. So my camera had died, and then Journey started acting up, so I had to give her to her auntie. Okay, I think I was on tip 2. So a lot of people, were telling me that they did not want the epidural. So I just reminded myself all the time, like, I do not want this epidural because I just don't want back problems for the rest of my life. I'd rather just get through these couple hours of pain. And that was my mindset through my whole pregnancy. Tip number 3 is I stayed active, and I'm not talking about like working out and all that other type of stuff every single day. I didn't do that. I did some yoga, but I just really did a little bit of stretches towards the end. I did not feel like working out or anything anymore, but I did do a lot of walking. I walked everywhere. I walked my dogs. I walked to the park. I did a lot of cleaning around the house and stuff like that. So I just kept myself active so that she definitely can be in the right position. I didn't want her to be in breach. I wanted her to be in the right position so I wouldn't have to worry about that. So I can check that off of my list. Like, okay, she's in the right position. I don't got to worry about that. So I just made sure I stayed active, as in just walking a lot. I bounced on my ball. You guys, make sure you bounce on your ball a lot, okay? I bounced on my ball a lot to make sure she was in the right position. I did like 10 minutes, or just like anytime I have free time, I'll just sit down and bounce my ball. So I would say that would be a really good thing to do as well. Okay, so now we're going to tip number 4, and this is now when I was at the hospital. So I'm gonna give you guys some tips on what I did to get into the while I was at the hospital. So if you watched my labor and delivery video, you know I kept talking about eating a burger because I was so hungry. Before I saw that I was dilating, I was hungry, and Dion was supposed to give me food, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to go to the hospital, but I'm hungry. So when I got to the hospital, I was not about to eat no ice chips, okay? So they said I can eat one more time, and I hurried up, I ate a burger. So I would say, tip number 4 will be make sure you eat, okay? Even if you, make sure you eat. If you're hungry, hurry up and eat before you get to the hospital, because they're gonna make you eat some ice chips, and I was not about to eat no ice chips, okay? I was hungry. Tip number 5, make sure that you go to the hospital prepared. And the reason why I say that is because I made sure that I had me a heating pad. That heating pad worked tremendously. It worked so much on my cramps. My back, I used it mostly for my back, and it worked so good. I had a fan. I didn't have one of the small ones. I had a big fan that clipped onto the bed, and if you watch my labor and delivery video, you'll see how I was just, you'll do anything to make those cramps like feel better, and mine was just moving my head back and forth, and I just kept moving my head, and the fan felt so good. So I would move my head back and forth. The fan was blowing in my face. I had the heating pad on my back. Everything in my labor and everything in my hospital bag was perfect. I was supposed to do a video on everything that I had in my hospital bag, but literally I got pregnant that day. So literally that's when I started having cramps and stuff, contractions, and that's when I noticed like, oh, I can't even do this video, I need to go. So if you guys still want me to do a video, I can still show you what I had in my bag, because everything in my bag was perfect. Make sure that you're prepared. Make sure that what you have in your bag is everything that you think that you're going to need. Also, make sure that you guys have your birth plan, because when you have your birth plan and you give it to your doctor, I had one for myself, one for my doctor and one for my nurses, so everyone can know what is going on, so they won't be asking me a lot of questions, because I already knew I was going to be in some, and I already knew I was going to be in pain. So I wanted them to ask Dion questions instead, because I knew I wasn't going to feel like talking. I knew that I was just going to really want to focus on those contractions. That's why I made sure I gave everybody a sheet of my birth plan. Okay, so number 6. Okay, I know some women have to get induced, or they want to get induced because they're like, I'm ready to have this baby. But for me, I was like, I'm not getting induced. Like I told you guys, I wanted to make sure that this pregnancy, this labor was going to be as easy as possible. Even though I knew it was going to be hard, I didn't want to add no more stress to my body or to myself or anything. So tip number 6, I say don't get induced, because when you get induced, that makes your contractions more stronger. And I was like, like, I was already tired of being pregnant, but I was like, I don't want no, I already heard that the contractions are strong. I don't want these contractions to be any stronger than what they are now. So you know what? I know you want to see your baby, and I know you want to see her or him. Just be patient, okay? If you want to have this as easy as possible, okay, don't get induced, because your contractions are going to be harder. And don't drink castor oil, because your contractions are going to be harder, okay? I would advise that you drink some tea, because I drunk tea, red leaf tea, raspberry red leaf tea, and I also ate dates. I heard those was really good for your body while you're pregnant. I don't know if you guys heard of the perineal massage. Perineal, I don't know how to say it, oh my god. But those massages, you put your thumb in your vagina and then you like do some massage. I couldn't do it myself. It was so hard. I couldn't do it. But some women say that it works for them. Some women say that it helps them have a better delivery, and it helps the baby come out easier. So look on YouTube, they have some videos on that as well. Okay, so tip number 7, I got medication. When I got to the hospital, I was already 3 centimeters dilated. So when my contractions started getting harder, I was like, okay, I want some medication. Some people, they want to do the whole labor natural. They don't want a medication and stuff like that. My daughter, she's still perfectly fine. I got medication, okay? I only got 1 dose, because they said that I was dilating so fast that I couldn't get the 2nd dose. Y'all, tell me why. When I was dilated, like, okay, so the first dose was perfect. I felt good. I can get, and I took that at 6 centimeters, and I felt so good. I was like this, like smiling the whole time. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, that first dose was good. When I got to 8, 9 centimeters, oh my gosh, I was like, please, can I have another dose? And they said no. I was like, can I have some Tylenol? They was like, no. I was like, oh my gosh. It was just, oh my gosh, it was a lot, but it was worth it. It was worth it. So I would say, like, if you are trying to get through it a little faster, I'll say a dose of medication will work. You know, it worked for me. Okay, so number 8, I will say have a good support system. Have somebody there that is going to make you feel good and that is going to calm you down, okay? Because my partner, if you watched my video, you saw that he did a great job at doing that. He, like, I applaud him for that, because he was up most of the time. He was helping me get through my breathing. When I was starting to have contractions, he was looking at the screen and was telling me, okay, your contractions are starting now. And then I'll be like, ah, like every time. And he'll be like, when these contractions start, breathe, okay? And I just was like, at a point in time, I was like, I can't do it. And that's why I say number 1, encourage yourself. Tip number 1, encourage yourself. Because I told myself, like, I can't do it. Like, I can't. He said, you can do it. You can do it. You can't do it. And I had the nurses. Some people in the comment section, they said that, you know, the nurses, they didn't really do that good and stuff. But I feel like okay, I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But, no, I'll tell you now. So I feel like the nurses, they did good. They was just making me wait too long. Like, they was making me, well, one of the nurses, she was making me wait too long for the doctor to come. And I was like, I don't, listen, if this doctor don't come, I'm not waiting for her no more. And it was just making my pain just like, it was just making me more aggravated. And that's the only thing. But other than that, the other nurses were they did so good. And that's why I was telling the lady, because I was screaming at her like, where's the doctor? I was like, you did good. Even though she was making me wait, she still did good. But yeah, like, have a good support system. Don't have nobody that's going to be irritated. Like, nobody wants no negative energy. You want all positive energy. So make sure that you have a great support system. Also, you guys, I would say have some birth affirmations. Look on YouTube. I'll put the one in the description box that I use. So number 9, I'm going to talk to you guys about the contractions and how my contractions were. I kind of remember them. I kind of don't remember how they were because I was screaming. So it made my memory like a little bit like blurry on how everything was with the contractions. Let me tell you. So for number 9, the contractions, when I was 3 centimeters to like, I'll say 7 centimeters, they were not that bad. Okay, now once you get to active labor, that's when the contractions are really strong. And that's why I tell you guys, just get through the pain, because it's not going to be that long. Okay, you just got to get through it and just breathe through them. But when yeah, when I had my contractions, like I told you guys on tip number 8, Dion was looking at the screen, so he had told me every time like the contractions were coming. And that's when I was like, okay, let me get ready to breathe. You can do it. Just focus on why you are doing this. Just focus on why you don't want the epidural. In the first part, the contractions feel like, the first time they feel like cramps, and then they start getting really strong, so it just feels like something is like pounding, and then your stomach is just squeezing. So that's why I say like a heating pad was really good for me. But once you get to like around, yeah, like 8-9 centimeters, 10 centimeters, that's when it becomes strong. And like you get a few, like that's when they come back to back, and then you get like a few minutes, not even minutes, you get like a little bit of time. Once you get that time to rest, calm down, you just really get that time to really breathe. Okay, get that time to really focus back on why you want to not get this epidural. I believe after a certain amount of time, like, you can't even get the epidural, but with me they said like, oh, I can get it anytime. Like if I was to change my mind and be like, oh, the epidural, I can get it. But no, you know, I didn't want it. And some of the nurses, they were telling me like, I think you're gonna need this epidural. I'm like, no, I'm not getting an epidural. Nope. I'm telling you guys, afterwards you feel so good. But yeah, so the contractions, they are strong, but only in active labor. Okay, you have to have that mindset of, I can do this, I will do this. And you know, like if you have 5 kids, are you gonna have an epidural for every dang kid? Like, then your back is gonna be messed up. Like your back is gonna be gone. So like, just think of it like, that's how I think of it. I'm not getting an epidural for all 5 kids. No, I just rather have it natural now and have it natural later on. Last but not least is number 10, and which is really important, is your breathing. After a certain amount of time, like I told you guys, like 8 centimeters, that's when I was like, man, F this breathing. Like I was like, I don't care. Once I thought to myself like, oh, I can't do this breathing, I can't do this breathing, that's when I started like really freaking out, and that's when it just was getting worse. So just really focus on your breathing, because it really does help when you like breathing like, and then like that. Like don't do this like that. It doesn't really work. Like really breathe in like this and breathe out like like that. And I know it sounds funny, but it works. Like you gotta really think of different ways to cope with the pain. So I'll say breathing like that helps. The pushing, I was screaming, and let me tell you, screaming does not work. Screaming makes it way worse. I was like, like that. They said don't do that, do this, like that. Put your chin to your neck like this, And then, because I did it on my back, and I didn't want to have my baby on my back, but I totally forgot when it came to pushing. I was like this, and then I had my chin to my chest like this, and then I was like, I just pushed like that, and it worked. I'm telling y'all. That's why I really want to be so honest with you guys about what to do and how to do it, because it helps me so much. And yeah, this is my first child, so I just want it to be easier for anybody who asks me questions. I think that's it, you guys. It was something else. Oh yeah, I wanted to also say too, back to the breathing. They had to put a mask over my face because I was not breathing right. My baby's heartbeat started going really low. So they was like, Jackie, you need to breathe. Like, you need to breathe. And that's why they put the mask on my face, and it helps me breathe better. So I'll tell you guys, don't freak out. I know the pain is going to be painful, but these tips should help you, okay? Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.